Consequences of insider threats: operational, financial, and reputational impacts. Insider threats are a significant concern for organizations as they can have severe negative consequences and impacts. In this part of the course, we will explore the various repercussions of insider threats that can detrimentally affect businesses and their operations. One of the most significant consequences of insider threats is the loss of intellectual property and data leakage. Insiders with malicious intent can steal confidential information, trade secrets, and proprietary data, causing serious harm to the organization. This can lead to financial losses, damage to the company's reputation, and loss of competitive advantage. Insider threats can compromise the confidentiality and privacy of sensitive information. Employees or trusted individuals with access to privileged data may misuse it by accessing, exposing, or selling it to unauthorized parties. This breach of confidentiality can result in legal consequences, regulatory violations, and loss of customer trust. Insider threats can compromise the security of IT systems within an organization. Trusted insiders can exploit vulnerabilities, bypass security measures, and gain unauthorized access to critical infrastructure, networks, and databases. This can lead to data breaches, malicious activities, and the compromise of sensitive information. Insider threats can also disrupt normal business operations. Intentional or inadvertent actions by insiders can cause network outages, system failures, and interruptions in service delivery. This can result in financial losses, reduced productivity, and adversely impact customer satisfaction. When insider threats occur, it can create a negative impact on staff morale and trust within the organization. Employees may feel betrayed, suspicious of their colleagues, and less motivated to perform their duties. This can lead to decreased productivity, increased employee turnover, and a decline in overall organizational performance. Insider threats can result in legal and regulatory consequences for organizations. If insider activities involve illegal actions such as theft, fraud, or unauthorized access, the organization may face lawsuits, fines, and penalties. Additionally, organizations may be held accountable for not implementing adequate security measures to prevent insider threats. Dealing with insider threats can be expensive for organizations. Detecting and remediating insider activities requires significant investment in technology, staff training, and security measures. The costs associated with investigating incidents, implementing control measures, and recovering from the incident can be substantial. Insider threats don't just impact internal systems. They can also have serious consequences for customer trust and the organization's public image. When customers feel that their personal data or privacy has been compromised, they may choose to end their relationship with the organization altogether. This discontinuation of customer relationships can result in both immediate financial losses and long-term reputational harm. In addition, negative media coverage and public scrutiny can quickly spread, amplifying the damage. Once trust is broken, rebuilding it becomes an uphill battle. The organization may face significant challenges in reassuring customers and restoring its reputation in the eyes of the public. Ultimately, the damage caused by insider threats goes far beyond technical issues. It strikes at the core of customer confidence and brand integrity. Insider threats often involve employees or trusted individuals who have authorized access to sensitive data or systems. When these insiders misuse their privileges, they can gain unauthorized access to confidential information or cause data breaches. Such incidents can lead to financial losses through the theft of intellectual property, customer data, or other valuable assets. Additionally, a data breach can severely damage an organization's reputation, eroding customer trust and confidence. Mitigation strategy: implement stringent access controls and monitoring systems to detect any unauthorized access or unusual behavior. Regularly assess and review user privileges to ensure that only necessary access is granted to employees. Conduct regular security awareness training to educate employees on the importance of safeguarding sensitive information. Insider threats can result in financial fraud and theft, where employees exploit their positions to manipulate financial records or misappropriate funds. This can include activities such as embezzlement, money laundering, or unauthorized transactions. Such incidents can cause significant financial losses to the organization, impacting its profitability and stability. Additionally, financial fraud can tarnish the organization's reputation, leading to a loss of investor confidence. Mitigation strategy. Implement robust financial controls and segregation of duties to prevent individuals from having complete control over financial transactions. Conduct regular internal audits to identify any irregularities or anomalies in financial records. Whistleblowing mechanisms should be established to encourage employees to report suspicious activities. Insider threats can also result in the theft or unauthorized disclosure of intellectual property, IP. This can include trade secrets, patents, proprietary software, or confidential business strategies. When insiders steal or leak sensitive IP, organizations can suffer significant financial losses due to the loss of competitive advantage and potential legal battles. Additionally, the reputation of the organization may be severely damaged if it is perceived as unable to protect its valuable assets. Mitigation strategy. Implement strict controls for accessing and transferring intellectual property. Encrypt sensitive data and limit access to only authorized individuals. Regularly monitor and log activities related to IP to quickly detect any unauthorized access or data exfiltration. Implement clear policies and agreements regarding the protection of IP and enforce consequences for violations. Insider threats can lead to breaches of regulatory requirements and non-compliance with industry-specific standards. Violations of regulatory standards can result in hefty fines, legal penalties, or the suspension of business operations. Moreover, organizations that repeatedly fail to comply with regulations can face reputational damage, as they may be perceived as being irresponsible or negligent. Let's take a look at the key strategies we use to mitigate organizational risks. First, we implement access controls. This means we limit access to sensitive systems and regularly assess who has what permissions to reduce exposure to unauthorized access. Next, we prioritize security awareness training. Our people are the first line of defense, so we make sure everyone understands how to protect information and spot potential threats. We also maintain financial controls, separating key duties and performing internal audits. This reduces the risk of fraud or errors slipping through the cracks. When it comes to intellectual property, we encrypt sensitive data, restrict access to trusted personnel, and enforce clear policies to protect our innovations and ideas. Finally, our compliance management systems ensure everyone knows the rules. We combine training with regular audits to spot and fix any compliance gaps early. In conclusion, insider threats jeopardize confidentiality, integrity, and availability of critical systems and data. Organizations may suffer financial losses, regulatory fines, and legal penalties. Insider incidents often result in reputational damage, loss of customer trust, and decreased employee morale. Addressing insider threats requires a proactive approach, including robust security measures, continuous monitoring, incident response readiness, and employee awareness initiatives. Thank you.